Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fine Pepsi Duckpin Challenge, brought to you by the Connecticut Bowling Operators Association and the Rhode Island Duckpin Bowling Proprietors Association. I knew I'd get it out right. That's a difficult one to try to remember. A lot of words in there. Okay, we're coming to you from the Holiday Lanes in Manchester, Connecticut. I'm Norm Peters, and on my left is Craig Self. And Craig, how do you see our Connecticut bowlers?
Well, we have one Connecticut bowler today. It's Mike Nicholson from nearby East Hartford, Connecticut, and he's going to go against.
Okay, right. He's going to go against Bob Ferry. Tell us who that's going to be.
Don Peters from Providence, Rhode Island, and as you know, our defending champion, Steve Richmond from Warwick, Rhode Island.
Okay, we have some real fine bowlers with you today, and I think you're going to enjoy what you see. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here at the Holiday Lanes in Manchester, Connecticut, our first bowler, Mike Nicholson from East Hartford, right next door to Manchester. His opponent in the first game will be Don Peters. Don of Providence, Rhode Island.
No relation to me.
That's right, Norm. And here, the winner of this first game takes on the defending champion, Steve Richmond from Warwick, Rhode Island.
A strong bowler.
Strong, and I noticed something I didn't quite believe in that slow-mo. Steve comes up to the line and does not keep his foot perpendicular to the line. Has to turn it sideways. Kind of difficult.
Here's Don from Providence, Rhode Island.
Well, a hearty welcome to Bob Ferry, our colleague today. Bob, you...
Glad to be back.
Nice to have you back.
You've seen Don bowl a bit.
Don bowls in 3 leagues a week, 2 at Town Hall Lanes and 1 at Meadowbrook Lanes.
Bounces that ball, doesn't he, Bob?
Yeah, Don has an unusual approach. He doesn't bend very much when he gets to the line, therefore resulting in that hard drop into the line. Don's a very consistent bowler, up and coming.
Came out of the juniors averaging about 128.
Smooth beginning.
Averaging 144 this year.
Whoop, a little off balance.
They're both starting a little shaky.
Mm-hmm.
I first met Mike about 6 years ago when he came up out of the juniors. He was probably 18 at the time or so. Was he ever intense?
10 bucks.
Mike had a 4-step straight approach. He's wiping off the alley a little bit. I guess he's and the bottom of his shoes. High single game of 219, high 3-game set of 535.
Twisting that body. One of the pins just left the lane. It's all the way over on lane 5. We've got a pin boy down there clearing. It's one of the few times we use pin boys is when we're doing the TV shows.
And he's doing an outstanding job today.
Already.
He's right there every time we need him. Mike was shooting at the 1-2-4.
Mike gets way down low, I notice, when he lets that ball go.
That was the best delivery he made. He didn't twist his body so much on that one when he was going for the head pin by itself.
I was looking for that body twist, and he didn't do it that time.
Well, that's a dangerous habit to get into. You start twisting too much, you lose.
Don Peters, high single game of 197 and a high 3-game set of 494.
1-2 pocket.
Leaving the 6-9-10 on lane 5.
As you mentioned, Craig, Don does not get down very low, and that's the reason that he drops that ball. You can really hear it banging the boards.
Okay.
Of course, he's a lot taller, and he's got a lot further way to go to get down.
Converting a 10 box.
18 for 2 frames against Mike Nicholson's 20. 2 pins difference.
Let's see who breaks the ice first. Don Peters on lane 6.
Somebody's got to come up with a mark shortly.
Leaving the 1-2-4-8.
Do you see a resemblance to somebody very popular when you look at his face? Anybody read a resemblance to anybody that you might know?
Oh!
Good.
Don gets a break there. Converting the spare on lane 6.
Let's take another look at how that happened.
Well,
I think you're reading me.
hey, Mikey.
Mike
comes
Stay
back.
even.
answers with a beautiful, beautiful ball.
He extends his right shoe heel over the boards before he starts. Not a good first ball.
Big tuck under on that delivery, too. Mikey's getting married next year. Teresa Nicholson. He did the best thing he could do if he wasn't going to spare. He got 9 fill on that strike.
Michelson's going to become a Nicholson.
Right, or I don't know. Nowadays, maybe it's vice versa. He'll change his name. But
Mike is 49 through 4 frames.
I was going to say, he's only about 24, but he and Teresa bowl doubles once in a while, and they're doing very well.
Is Teresa in the audience today?
I haven't seen her yet.
Oh, a tough break for Don Peters.
What did I do to
Leaving
deserve a 9-10 split?
Leaving the 9-10 on lane 5.
Yes, she is here, Norm.
Don concentrating very
Intently.
and taking the 9-pin out. Very important to pick every pin in a match that's tight like this.
format, of course, is the winner of this first game gets to take on Steve Richmond in a 20-frame contest, 2 full games to determine the champion.
10 box for Don on lane 5. He's 46 through 4 frames. And Mike is 49 through 4 frames. 3-pin difference.
Each broke the ice in the 3rd box with a mark.
Beautiful
There's another
ball.
one. Let's take another look at that one in slow motion.
1-2 pocket, taking everything out clean right off the plate. Spinning counterclockwise. Gets good pin action. I think we got a good match ahead of us here.
Mikey's a jumper, too.
Mike is a design drafter in Northeast Utilities, and he works at the next table to my son, who does the same thing.
Oh, I remember he was on the show about last year, I guess it was. And wasn't he working on becoming a vice president there or something? He was really an up-and-comer.
He never told me about that. Did he tell you about that?
Mike, yeah.
Yeah.
A double strike.
There you go. Boy, he's happy about that one.
He's excited.
Oh, yeah.
Mike converting a double strike in the 5th and 6th frame.
Now, of course, if Don does that, he's going to have to jump back and slap his hands.
And jump right in the air.
He'll hit his head on the ceiling, I think, if he does. Every time I see him, I have to say he looks like the president.
Double!
He did it.
Not quite as high a jump as Mike.
Not quite as hard a slap in the hand either.
There it is again.
Yes.
Just making it down. Concentrating very intensely.
Off on the 2-pin.
Just a hair off that head pin.
So he goes to 71 through 5. Tripped a little bit there at the line.
Look at that.
9 on the strike. 90 through 6 frames, looking to go to 100 for 7.
Taking a look at the expression on Mike's face.
The one thing Mike doesn't want to do here is rip through and leave himself with a low fill.
Yes.
Nice 10 box for Don. Coming right back,
Mike
picking all his wood.
Mike would be real happy with a 9 or another strike here.
Don Peters 100 through 7 frames. And Mike Nicholson working on a double strike.
Mike went to Howell Cheney Tech in Manchester, Hartford State Technical Night School.
Craig, did you have a little psychic power into knowing that he was going to do that?
Crystal ball.
This is going to be a very close game, Bob.
Way down.
Look at that spare.
Whoa, he doesn't believe it either.
Yes, he does.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
There it is again.
Watch that.
This should be a piece of cake for him.
Right through the middle again. Coming back consistently with that power ball.
Mike, Craig said this should be a piece of cake for you.
After that last conversion.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a 10-pin lead now.
So,
Now you just ate that cake.
Now Don needs a mark here to get right back in this.
Mike has a 10-pin lead through 7 frames.
Nice try.
It's 119 in the 8th box.
If Don marks in the 8th with a big fill, it's all even almost. Must mark situation. Get this thing going. You only have 10 frames in this first game to see who's going to take on the champion.
Don is a sales representative for the Central Paper Company in Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
You notice that he's a musician, a pianist, and a singer. Likes to tickle the ivories in a cocktail lounge somewhere in Providence. If he wins, he'll be singing a song for us.
Look at this. Both bowlers shooting for every pin. Don's highest league average this year, 132.
Don went to Providence College for a couple of years.
Converting a 10 box, 110 through 8 frames.
Bob, did your father happen to mention to you how he brought home the championship for Rhode Island last week?
First one out of 7.
He was proud.
He wanted to take a week off this week.
He was going to go out to dinner that night.
That's what it was. Did Steve Richmond invite him out to dinner that night?
Well, I think it was going to be your father's treat.
Don leaving the 7-pin on lane 6. To have any chance of winning this game, he really needs to convert the spare.
Yes.
Hits it right in the face. Beautiful shot, Don.
Don's getting excited now.
Beautiful shot.
He's going to have to go something to match Michael.
And as we mentioned, the winner of this game will bowl Steve Richmond, who is the present King of the Hill. 2-game total pinfall.
Oh, look at that. Wait a... Oh, one at a time, except for the last one. The 10-pin still standing.
You got to believe Mike's not too happy with the way he delivered that ball.
That's right.
He's happy with the result, but he wasn't pleased at all to go ripping through on that two side.
It's a must-take advantage situation here.
And
he
he's
does
got
just
it.
that.
A very reactive player.
I guess you're allowed to make one mistake a game. And come right back.
Each man has a spare in the 9th box.
Mike could force Don Peters into a double strike.
Yes, sir.
And he did just that. Beautiful delivery. He said, I'm not gonna do what I just did on lane 5. I'm gonna get them all down in 1 ball this time.
We just saw vintage Mike Nicholson.
Is he pleased with him?
How high did he jump that time? I didn't catch it.
He spun around a few times.
There we go.
Pirouette. Mike Nicholson of East Hartford.
Free pocket. Can go to 159 if he converts these 2 last pins. $158.
All right, the situation is that Don Peters needs a double strike
+9.
with 9 to win, 8 to tie. Have we had a tie on television yet?
No.
Not yet. What do we do? Have a 2-box roll-off?
Yes, absolutely.
2-box roll-off.
Yes, pardon
Total
my
pinfall.
hesitation there. I was thinking about that. But that's what it's going to be.
There's a possibility here if we get a double strike. Don Peters on lane 5 needs
You'll
a
know
strike.
with the ball.
Needs a strike.
1. Come on.
Almost.
Oh, my
Ooh.
goodness.
Threw a beautiful ball and left the 5-pin.
He shows us disgust, unhappiness a little bit.
If he makes the spare and throws a
Resignation.
strike, his highest score could be 149. So it looks like Mike is the winner of the first game.
He already knows the outcome here.
I think Don Peters bowled an excellent game.
We know he's going to be in the 140s.
Finishing with a strike.
149.
Okay, there's your final score, and we'll be back in a moment. Don Peters was defeated by Mike Nicholson. Match number 2 coming up.
Here we are for the main event. Mike Nicholson and Steve Richmond.
Steve Richmond, defending champion from Warwick, Rhode Island, starting off on lane 6.
Look at this.
Ooh,
Too far away.
leaving the 7-pin.
An example of things to come. These are two very strong bowlers.
Steve's current league average, 146. Converting a spare. Highest league average, I believe, was last year. He averaged 151. It's some bowling, I'll tell you.
One of the top bowlers in the nation.
He was the top bowler in Rhode Island last year, and I believe he was 3rd in the nation.
Bad split.
That's early. We've got 20 frames to determine the champion. 2 full games, total pinfall.
No. Michael says he likes all sports and bike riding. Of course, bowling.
Mike comes out of there with 9.
Nice try on that one. Composite average of 137.
And of course, a composite average is the average of all of your tournament bowling and league bowling combined
Okay.
and averaged out.
Let's take another look at that one.
1-3 pocket. Steve Richmond.
That's where we expect to see Steve, over in the 1-2 pocket. In the last frame, Steve was in the 1-3 pocket, which is a little bit unusual. Recalling last week when he was a solid, consistent 1-2 pocket.
Steve converting the 5-pin.
He's got a 190 game going at this rate.
9 and pick, 9 and pick. Steve is he's got a list of accomplishments under his belt. He's won a pro tour at Prince George's. That's what that star on his back represents. He won the New England Tour at Airway 32 Lanes, the HIP Carenti Open here at Holiday Lanes.
Right here.
He's won the T-Bowl Open,
In Newington.
and he has been the #1 bowler in Rhode Island for the last 3 years. Leaving the 7-9.
Starts out slow in his approach. He has a lot of reach when he lets that ball go.
Steve Richmond, 47 through 3 frames.
He went over to the left of the head pin on that strike the frame before. He came in on the right of the head pin. It's going to be more effective coming into the 1-3 side.
That's a good ball.
Ten for the frame. Trailing by 9 pins through 3 frames.
This man is getting married in March of '87. Teresa Michelson.
Way left. Mike has to straighten up a little bit. Starting to tuck under. know how great a shot that was. He should have had that.
I think he should have had it.
It's an injustice.
He gets another try at that pin.
Thanks, Bob. You're all hard. All right.
Something.
Mike has 48 for 4 frames. Steve has 47 for 3.
Steve started out as a candlepin bowler when he was a youngster. He grew up in Plymouth, Massachusetts.
He's one of the Pilgrims.
Here's a good possible spare here, folks. You like that line.
Governor Carver. You know Governor Carver.
Never met him.
He was the governor of the colony.
Shooting at the 1-5, taking the 1 pin out.
Anyway, went to Carver High School.
10 box for Steve. 57 through 4 frames.
I think it's interesting that Steve started on candle pins and then switched over here to duck pins. Smart switch.
They had candle pins in Plymouth.
In the colonies, yeah.
Not a ton of Plymouth.
Well, a lot of Massachusetts, and not most of Massachusetts, I understand, has candle pins, which are very big up there. I don't know of any candle pin lanes in Connecticut. Do you offhand?
I don't believe so.
I don't think there are. They play a lot of deadwood.
Converting the 7 pin on lane 6, Steve Richmond.
Here he comes now, Mike Nicholson. Looking to get back on track. He was off to the left 2 frames in a row.
This is a 2-game match. Total pinfall will determine king of the head.
That's his side of the head pin.
There it is.
Right there.
That flying duck took it down. Let's watch it again. Slow motion. Coming up at you.
Mike has that backup ball that works
There it
most effective coming into the 1-3 side. Steve has a nice straight ball that is most effective crossing over and taking the 1-2 pocket.
Mike hoping for a double here.
Nice close-up of the concentration on this man. Way down, twisting his body. Not going to go.
Ball was a little tight in the 1-3 pocket. Leaving the 2 pin.
Mike's highest league average is a 144.
And he has his spare.
Yes, sir. He's
Converting
happy.
the 2 pin.
Still down by 9 pins.
That 144 is his current league average. Steve working on a spare. There it is.
Steve in the 1-2 pocket.
A strike on a spare.
Steve is 87 plus 2 balls in the 6th frame. It's a 9-pin lead.
Full head pin.
Watch that. There it goes.
He just ripped the middle for 9.
Was fortunate to get the 9.
Yes. Ball was a little tight.
This could be
Steve
a
shooting at the
spare.
4 pin.
And he makes it. A spare, a strike, and a spare. Let's watch it again from the side. Before Michael gets up there.
Full extension.
Mike is loosening up a little bit.
1-3
There it
side.
is.
That's Mike's side. What a contrast between these 2 balls.
97 for Steve and 88 for Mike in the 6th frame. Steve has a spare. Michael just made a strike. See what that first ball will do.
Split screen. Here we go. All right, he crossed over to the 1-2 and left the 10 pin.
Could be another spare.
He's going to have to stay with Steve.
Strike there would have given him a 1-pin lead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, too far to the right.
He tucked his body under.
Yeah.
Turned himself inside out, and the ball went off to the right. Even
Twice.
more so on the third ball. Just got to stay straight.
Look as if he dropped his shoulder down a bit.
You bet.
Way down.
It's one of the biggest problems we'll notice when a bowler's missing that right side.
Well, you know that when your shoulder starts rubbing the approach, you're really in trouble.
Look at this one. That's me dropping my shoulder.
Steve is a golfer, by the way.
My golf game, I have about the same average in golf as I do in bowling.
Keep it high.
Steve converting a spare. He has a 10-pin lead plus this ball.
Bob, you're 137,
No,
6, 5, 4, 3.
I was 135 last year and 131 this year.
Must have had something on your mind. Oh, he didn't get away.
It was a little tight, leaving the 9-10. Very important for him to pick his wood.
This is the 9th frame. Very important frame.
Gotta come down the right side. Head on.
He was going for all of it.
Has that 18-pin lead through 8 frames. Mike can chip away here, bring it a lot closer. That's how you get the 10-pin. You stay up.
144 for Steve in the 9th frame. Mike coming up.
Steve is one of the most consistent bowlers I've ever seen bowl. Last year he made the finals in every pro tour he bowled in. Tough break for Mike.
Very bad.
And Steve was Pro Tour Bowler of the Year. I don't know if we mentioned that earlier.
No, I didn't.
In 1985.
Oh,
Close.
he let up on that ball a
It was
lot.
so close. You couldn't have fit a piece of paper in there, I don't believe.
A whisker.
All I needed was a piece of it.
No. Got a 9 out of that.
Looks as if Mike is in a must-strike situation.
19 pins separate them. Ah, good ball. We got a replay of that one. Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect, yep.
Mike's highest possible score this game would be 155 with a triple strike.
Some of our participating Duckpin houses in Connecticut, there's the arcade lanes in Torrington, Cheshire lanes, highway lanes, Plainfield, right here at Holiday Lanes in Manchester, Johnson lanes in Hamden, Laurel lanes in Winsted.
He bounced it, but boy, it was almost.
Almost. Lucky Strike lanes in Willimantic, Perillo's Bolladrone, Waterbury, T-Bowl in Newington, Villa Rose and Windsor Locks. Got the 10
On the mark.
and the Torrington Bowling Center.
145 game for Mike.
Smoothly executed.
Got another game to go.
Steve is 144 in the 9th. So anything he gets in this box here will put him
Gravy.
in the lead. All gravy. Anything over 1 in this box is all gravy. Beautiful try.
Match number 3 coming up shortly. Cleans them away.
10.
And we'll be right back for the 3rd match. There's your final score. Steve Richmond 154 over Mike Nicholson's 145. Match 3 coming up shortly.
And now for the second game of the second match, our final today. We have a 9-pin carryover in favor of Steve Richmond. So if Mike Nicholson is to defeat Steve, he has to win by at least 10 in this game.
Little rooting section for Steve over here.
Good smash. Nothing went over to the 4-7 though.
Steve usually waits till the neck of the pin is sitting down before he presses that button.
Your father told him to do that. It's never over until the neck hits the deck.
Converting a 10 box.
Yep.
Oh, Mike needs a mark and he'll get even real quick.
Measuring that ball.
Such a smash. Went into the 1-2 side, and again he leaves the 10 pin when he goes into that pocket.
And he takes it.
And he got it. That's the penny left last time that hurt him so much.
Mike could tie the match up with a 9 drop right here. Take a 1-pin lead with a strike.
Mike starts with a spare. Now you're going to see his first ball. On a split screen. Yes.
Ah, he
we
went
have a new
1-2 and
leader.
got a
Like it.
strike.
We have a new leader.
Puts Mike 1 pin up.
1 pin up for 11 frames of this final championship. 2
Steve
full
Richmond.
games. Steve getting the feel of the ball.
Had trouble 2 boxes in a row hitting that head pin.
Okay, it's a spare leave, 1-6-7. Just got to catch that
Right.
head pin, one side or the other.
Ranked number 7 nationally, 84-85. Steve Richmond. Steve Richmond of Warwick, Rhode Island.
Ball's coming back on the ball. Returns sound like ammunition going off. Kind of loud when they bang in there.
That flying pin almost did some damage, but not quite.
So at the moment, Steve is trailing Mike Nicholson.
Sounds like a Gatling gun.
Yeah,
He found
not
that one
for long.
Nice strike. Let's see a front angle replay here.
Full extension.
Pulled his arm back.
Kind of have a little
And he
karate
got
chop in there. Ooh,
Not quite.
not the right pin went down, did
You
it?
always want to take that 5 pin out. Leave the other 3 there if you're gonna.
Mike leaving the 4-5-7. A tough spare conversion.
Just got to catch a piece of that 4 pin.
Bang it around.
Too far
Not
to the
quite,
left.
not quite. Shooting at the 5 pin for a 10 box.
He can go to 49 through 3,
Nope.
48.
He's not too happy with the outcome of that one. There it is. Another strike. Front angle replay coming at you now in slow motion. Watch this. Little delayed action. Turns way to the side. He was happy. Steve getting the feel of the ball now. Another strike.
Steve strikes.
Throwing a double strike in the 4th box.
Watch it again now. Strong, too. Perfect.
Tight 1-2 pocket. This is a very, very, very important ball for Steve.
Got a
Take
double.
Could take a commanding lead again.
Beautiful double.
Oh,
3 in a row.
Beautiful. Beautiful
3
shot.
in a row. Oh, we're going to have to take a pause about here in a moment. There's the slow motion playback for you. We'll be right back shortly.
Well, let's continue the exciting bowling here. See if Mike Nicholson's got another strike in him.
Just looking at a triple strike that Steve Richmond just converted. Mike has 1 strike up in the 4th frame.
This has got to be working on Mike right now.
Oh, that is definitely a tough break.
One of them. 7-10.
One of those, how do you wonder how those 2 pins stayed up when everything else disappeared?
Mike has the zip on the ball, though. If he catches either one of them anywhere, he can get the other one.
He's wondering how he's going to get them down. Never mind how they stayed up.
Look at that.
Curled up in there, but it didn't hop out.
A lot of white, a lot of white.
It actually made it up into the other end of the channel. Good 10.
It's definitely a tough break for Mike.
77 through 5 frames, and he's getting beat. Must mark. Having that triple staring at you is like looking into a loaded gun.
You're not kidding. Ah, he bounced it. He bounced that ball.
He bounced it, yep. Trying a little too hard. You lose that nice smooth delivery that got you there.
Twisting way under again. Oh,
And a 9 for Mike Nicholson. 86
tough ones.
through 6 frames.
well,
Now let's see what Steve's got in store.
how's he going to come out of 3 in a row?
Steve working on a triple.
Bounced it.
Yes, but he got that 10 pin to go
Yeah.
off.
That's seven fill on that triple.
Up 9 pins.
Steve up a total of 18 pins, counting the
Through
9 pin
4
advantage.
frames.
Yep.
He's going to be up a little further.
Good ball.
Converting to 1, 2, 4.
Gives him a spare.
20 plus, 29 plus overall in the match. There's the 20 plus the fill on that spare and the 9 from the previous game.
Too full.
So he's 36 up.
Steve staying right on that head pin.
And 36 up with 4 frames to roll. You're in good shape. That was awful close. If he had caught a piece of the 4 pin, it could have come right across and taken out the, what was that, 6, 10? What do we got
He had
left?
the 2, 4, 6. converting
Nice
a
try.
9-box. Steve is 122 through 7 frames,
52 over his frame.
and Mike is in a must-mark situation.
Must mark, mark, mark situation.
I think he needs 2 or 3 in a row.
That's the ball. Nope.
Oh, what a
full.
tough break.
Came up full.
Deliver the ball you want, and it's just a hair too full, and you get absolutely nothing.
I think those 3 marks bothered him.
Okay, it's important for Mike to get as much wood on this ball as possible.
He got all he could possibly
Wow.
get.
That was a nice shot. Let's look at it again in slow motion.
Here we come in light on the 2-pin.
Just perfect.
Down the line, and the pin comes across and takes out the others. Okay, Mr. Nicholson.
There you
There
go.
he is. Now if he
Strike.
strikes out, we got a match.
Let's watch that perfect strike again on slow motion. He needed that first mark to bring him back.
Steve leaving the 5-9-10, a tough spare conversion. I think we'd like to mention what an excellent job Hippo Carenti and his crew did here at
Fine host here at the Holiday Lanes.
Holiday Lanes. Steve was definitely going for all the
Trying
wood
to pull
there.
the string on that one, but he couldn't get it.
Good
There
ball.
it is.
That's the one he was looking for.
Good at that time.
Just to show that he knows how to do it.
A 132 for Steve Richmond. The 8-foot frame.
Did it with such authority, he left one of the pins over on lane 4. Started out on lane 5. 1-3 side, not his best side.
He's hoping something will happen there.
He wants that 5-pin.
Yeah.
Well, almost an identical break to the last frame on the other side.
Only it's more difficult to get the 4 to cooperate. You can get the 5 and 7 and 8 and leave the 4 with that last shot.
Okay, he was going for all of it again. I'm sure he'll be shooting for 3 pins on this ball.
4, 7, 8.
Yep. 9-box, 141 through 9 frames for Steve Richmond.
And of course, if Mike can strike out, he's got something going for him. He must strike.
He's working on one.
Otherwise, it's see you next year, Mike. Gotta strike. Take them one at a time.
Good ball.
What a strike that was.
Couldn't have been any better.
Oh yeah,
Watch it.
When you clear all 10 of them this way,
Boy,
they're gone in a split
full
second.
force. He went for broke.
Usually you get a quarter for doing that.
He went for all the marbles on that one. Put everything he had into it, you can tell.
One more strike here and we got a contest.
Keep it going while he's hot. If he can do exactly the same thing in the same way, he's got it made.
Oh, it went right by it.
Yep, is he hurting? Oh, look at him.
Pin went right
Exasperation.
behind the 4 pin. Couldn't have been a fraction of an inch away from it.
Exasperation on his face. Yep.
145. We only have at this point 6. Is it 6 or 5 pins separated?
6
We got
pin,
9 pin
5
carryover,
pins.
5 pins separating these two, and Mike has got the spare in his favor.
145
He
to
can force
141.
Steve to He's
No. Oh,
He can force Steve to mark now. He's looking at a 164.
Steve needs a mark.
Steve must mark here to win. Boy, did Mike ever put the pressure on him here.
what a comeback.
Coming right down to the last frame. Steve Richmond needs a mark to win.
Mike is exhausted.
He looks at.
He is. Mentally, too.
Oh.
Boy, what a bad break.
Well,
And you know what he has to do here.
Steve looks relieved. I mean,
Mike.
Mike, excuse me, yes.
Steve
Mike.
looks tense.
Yep, Mike looks relieved.
He had a shot at it. The
Not
three
quite
pin
enough.
came across, but it came too far forward. Mike Nicholson is going to be our champion. Who'd have thought it 2 frames ago?
Not at all.
What a finish Mike had.
150 for Steve.
Great competitors.
Okay, that's the end of game 2. We'll be right back in a moment.
Just enough time to say congratulations to all our bowlers. A fine job done. Steve, Mike, congratulations for coming in first place. And for Craig and Bob, Norm Peters here, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.